Alright guys, we're on the last properties of a circle lesson, and that's 17.1 equation of a circle. And that is on pages 136 and 137. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and label those. 136 and 137. Okay, we're going to glue something on both of these in a little bit. For now though, there are two pieces attached to this. There is a foldable that looks like this. Let's show you how to put that together. We are first of all check and see if we can just fold it before we okay. So I want you to line it up so that you see these bottom words and then fold it down. Stack it better. Flip it, fold it down so it looks like this. Okay. We are going to staple it here at the top. Don't do too far down. And then we're going to cut this extra slice right here off. Okay. We're going to talk about equations of circles today. We're going to do using the center and radius and the graphs of circles today. We'll do the rest of it later tomorrow. Okay, so let's talk about an equation of a circle. The equation of a circle with center h comma k, which is, the x and y, and radius r units is written as x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. For the first four examples, we're literally just going to plug in what we have. So in number one, it says write an equation for the circle with a center of 8 comma negative 3. So that's h comma k, and a radius of 6, so r. So I'm going to plug it in this formula. So the formula is x minus h, which is 8, squared, plus y minus k. Well, k is negative in this situation. So minus negative 3 is plus 3 squared equals r squared. R is 6. 6 squared is 36. There's the equation of my circle. Okay, let's do number 2. Number 2, write an equation for the circle with center of 3 comma 6 and a radius of 3. So x minus 3 squared plus y minus 6 squared equals 3 squared is 9. Okay. I want you guys to do 3 and 4, so pause the video and try those two. All right, write an equation for the circle with a radius of 5 and a center of 0 comma negative 3. So x minus 0, we're going to come back and talk about that, squared, plus y plus 3 squared equals 25. If you ever have x minus 0 squared, it's the same as just having x squared. So that one can be simplified. And last, number 4, write an equation for the circle with a radius of 1 and a center of negative 3, 4. So x plus 3 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals 1. There is an equation of a circle. Next, we're going to graph circles. To write an equation of a circle from a graph, you will draw a radius from the center to a point on the circle. You will find the length of the radius, count or use the distance formula. You will use the center and the length of the radius in the equation of a circle. So example 1, and then you're going to try example 2 on your own. Here's the center. The center is negative 1, 1, 2, 3. Let's go from this point to a point on the circle. From here to a point on the circle, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So r is equal to 5. Okay. So now we're going to do exactly what we just did a few minutes ago. x plus 1, because it's negative 1, squared, plus y minus 3 squared equals 25. Okay. Now I want you guys to try number 2. You try number 2 real quick. Pause the video. Try number 2. All right, number 2. The center is at 1, negative 2. Now the radius is 1, 2. So let's write our equation. X minus 1 squared plus y plus 2 squared equals 4. Okay, that is how we write an equation of a circle given a graph. Now we're going to graph them. Right, in order to graph a circle, we're going to plot the center and use the radius to plot additional points. We will then connect the points on the circle. Now ours isn't going to look perfect because we're not actually going to use a compass. We're just going to graph up to 4 points for the circle and then do the best we can, okay? So number 1 is plot the center. So our center here is negative 3, because remember when we put it in, it's the opposite actually, and 0, because y doesn't have anything added or subtracted to it. Our radius is the square root of 16, so that is 4. So we are going to put a point on negative 3, 0. 1, negative 2, negative 3. There's our center. Now we are going to put 4 points, 4 units away. So we're going to go up 4 units. We're going to go left 4. We're going to go down 4. We're going to go right 4. Now, if we were using a compass at this point, and we could, we would take it and put the metal part here, the pencil part here, and we draw all the way around. Now, we're just going to do the best we can with our freehand, but to make it perfect, we would have needed a compass, and I'm not going to pull one out, but there's our circle. So I want you to pause the video and try number 2. Draw your circle for number 2. All right, our center is 2, negative 3. Our radius is 5. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now we're going to go all the way around. All right, tomorrow or in the next video, we're going to learn equations in standard forms. That's 2 or 4 extra examples. We'll do that tomorrow. Today, we're going to glue this in, then we're going to do one more example. So glue this foldable in, page 136. We'll finish it tomorrow, okay? Once you glue that in, and actually I'm just going to kind of stick it there because I want it out for the next video. Next, you have this attached to this video as well. I'm going to cut the sides off so it'll fit my notebook. I'm going to have to put it in sideways actually. Go ahead and glue it to 137. This is actually a test question, okay? And we are going to answer this test question as part of our notes. So I'm going to glue it in sideways. I'm going to turn my notebook sideways as well. It's on 137. And I'm also going to glue in a little note card, a graph note card. Now, if your notebook, if you're really good in your graph notebook, your notebook is a graph notebook, you don't have to glue in a note card. But we are going to, just in case I've lost my glue stick. Okay, so I'm going to glue this in. Okay, I'm going to glue this in. I don't know why I flipped it. It's graph on both sides. Okay, because we're going to need a graph. Now, on the state test, you will be allowed to have graph paper, always. Okay. All right. Jamal is asked to draw a circle He is given the center and 2 points on the circle, but he isn't told which point is which. The points are -4, 7, 3, 6, and -1, 3. Jamal draws the accurate circle from this information. We are going to graph these points first, okay? And so we're going to need a coordinate plane down here. So -4, 7. Oh, I did not make that almost big enough. -4, 7 is there. 3, 6. Should have made this a little bit different, but oh well. -1, 3. Okay, I have to decide which point is the center. So let's think about this though. The center needs to be a point that is equidistant from the other points. So we're going to count points using our Pythagorean theorem basically to see which ones, if they're the same. I think -1, 3 is probably the center, but we probably need to check. So this goes up 1, 2, 3, 4. So it goes up 4 and over 1, 2, 3. So it's like up 4 over 3. If this is up 4 over 3 or up 3 over 4, it's going to be the same distance. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's 3 over 4. Since these match, in the distance formula, the radius would be the same distance from these points. So this is actually the center. Let's see if this center helps us pick the answer. This center is -4, 7. That's not the center. This center is 3, 6. Not the center. This one is 3, 6. Not the center. This one is -1, 3. All right, but let's check the radius just to be sure. So the radius, to find the radius, what we would actually need to do is find this distance, which to find that distance, we use the change in x, so it went x 3 units squared, plus the change in y, it went up 4, and we take the square root of that. 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, 9 plus 16 is 25, square root of 25 is 5. Well, also, this is r squared, so the correct answer is, in fact, D. Tomorrow, we're going to talk more about finding the length of something, finding the length of the radius, using the distance formula, okay, by writing equations. That's where we'll finish this foldable. And I'm not going to glue it in on 136 yet, so if I were you, I'd just slide it in there so that I don't have to write on it glued in. Close that, and we will finish this lesson in the next video.